Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Superior Probate Center in Moncton, New Brunswick. This is the playoff round here of the 2017 Monktonian, the 37th annual. My name's Dan Hobson. We have the Ontario Hockey Academy under 18 teams. They're the maroon team taking on the Ajax Raiders in the white. And just like that, they're off to a quick start, scoring there. Their top line, before we can even introduce the goaltenders, Antoine Bordeaux has a puck past him already to make it 1-0. 14 seconds in, and Ajax goes up just like that. Even before some people could even get settled here, including yours truly, Dan Hobson. Glad you could join us. 1-0 there for Ajax, just wham, bam, thank you, Sam, just like that. But OHA trying to respond quickly, just like that. And of course, a lot on the line here. We're into the playoff round. The round robin portion is finito. So pretty well, it's one of those one game sort of playoff sort of scenarios here. One and done type of setup. Connor Latchford, the starting goaltender here for the Raiders here. As we are coming up to 1 minute gone here in this playoff portion here. Battle of a couple of teams from Ontario. Of course, the Ontario Hockey Academy and the Ajax Raiders, who have struck quickly here in 1-0. So not sure if these teams have met there. They tried to set up Ryan there. Nash Ryan right there on the doorstep. This would be icing if it reaches the ice line, and it does. A minute at 16 gone here in the opening frame, and the Ontario Hockey Academy, of course, cannot change as a result of the icing as per the Monktonian rules. So see if Ontario Hockey Academy, the OHA under 18, can get a change here. But they can't right now as the faceoff won by Ajax, and once again they have some pressure. Centering there, right at a chance there on the doorstep there for Carroll. Point blank. They almost made it 2-0, just like that. Now OHA will finish their change, and I'm not sure if they were really sharp there, as one of the players had to tap his stick on the board to say, hey, we're making a line change, and so they're a little bit shaky here in the early going. Bolinoff there gets towards center ice and no further. Here's Francis now for a weak shot from well out, and Latchford makes the save on that one. It was just right for the top of the face-off circle. Not really a hard shot, but if you've got nothing, then maybe put it on net and see if you can crash it and hope for a rebound, but none was forthcoming as Latchford caught that, hold on, no rebound. 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Russell coming in to pinch there for the OHA team. Here's Ibrahim with a burst of speed going towards the net. Ibrahim backhand, and that's stopped by Bordeaux, and he covers up, and getting bumped there was Ibrahim there by a couple of OHA under 18 guys, and the referee has signaled roughing. I'm not sure if he's going to take both or if he's indicated just one, but I think he's going to take one. And this is not the start there that Brett Loney and the OHA team we're hoping for is coming to the box as Daniel Harville for roughing as he bumped Ibrahim. He was going towards the net, got a shot, and it was a nice save by Bordeaux, but he was a little bit too aggressive there after the whistle, so the ref will send him off. Great chance here for Ajax to make it a 2-0 game. Here's Winterton now. Spins away, tries to get away from a check there from Solder. Number 90 out there killing the penalty. Also Shadagay, one of the penalty killers here for OHA. Ibrahim there, who made that nice little rush, tried to send it inside there to Brown. They'll bring it back to the point. Here's Shot now. Was going to take a shot and then faked it, sent it towards the corner. But he does hold the line, is trying to get it out with Shadegay, and Schott kept it alive there for the Raiders. But in the meantime, it's sent right back down the ice, and this will get some fresh penalty killers out here for OHA. Get their second unit as we're into this game 3 minutes in. They're down 1-0, and now here they are killing a penalty. Definitely not the start that Brett Loney and the under-18s wanted, but they didn't even get a shot there as OHA picked it off and sent it down the ice, and both teams now making changes, so second power play unit out here for the Raiders. Let's see what they can muster. We have a Brown up there as well as McLean, and that gets by everybody, but it doesn't have enough gas to get to the icing line. Well, it wasn't going to be an icing, so play will continue on, and it's stolen there by McLean. Going to go for a little circle here at the Superior Propane Center before deciding to pass it off. Altamore there will go across ice. There's a shot from well out. That's stopped by Bordeaux as Meek got a nice shot, about 55 feet out. Altamore now goes cross ice. They'll go back to Meek, who tees it up. That hits those lively inboards, and Bordeaux not taking a chance. Covers up there for the whistle, so Altamore and Meek there, man at the point here on this power play. Got a couple of good chances from outside, and if you're the OHA under-18 team, that sounds okay to you. Keep them on the outside. Not much in terms of dangerous scoring chances. 12 seconds left to go here in the penalty to Harville. And 10:56 left to go here in the first period. Bolinoff actually was backing up, so now he's going to have to put on the jets to get there to poke it in towards the corner. 2 seconds left. Harville's out. Bolinoff now has it just out of the outside. Not sure he's going to be where, but he'll take a bump there from Harville, fresh out of the box. 10:40 left. Bolinoff there, shot. That hits shin guards out front. Under-18's coming back. Wrist shot for well out. A shot there by Francis, and that's stopped by Latchford. As he looks pretty sharp here, nearly going there for these Raiders. As I said, Loney probably not happy with the start that he got off to, his team got off to, but that should make them feel pretty good, as they really didn't give the Raiders really anything in terms of scoring chances there on that power play, so they'll go down 0 for 1 here so far in this hockey game. We're almost close to that 5-minute mark here. Ajax just kick it outside the blue line, so OHA has to go back to center ice. Solder now, makes a nice little move there. Nice stick handling skills, centering pass, but it's picked off there by the Raiders. Francis unable to handle that hot pass, and then OHA will have to go back in their own zone. Bordeaux, you can probably see right now he's a good stick handling goaltender. That's something that maybe that these Raiders want to probably stay away from. Almost like an extra person to get things generated in terms of offensive chances. Speaking of offensive chances, in the meantime, there's a penalty coming up. And this one will be going against the Raiders as it's going back down. The evidence is right on the ice as it was an interference call on the stick there. Of course, that usually gives the evidence. So this will be the first one going against the Raiders, and it's Parento off for interference. 5 minutes and 22 seconds. So Briggs here will be on the power play unit. Also out here is Narshall and Alinkula, number 63. And just before they even drop it inside the zone, they're going to bring it outside the line. So allow us to once again go over the power play unit. Also Briggs, as I said, taking the draw, but he's kicked out of the circle. And as I said, Alinkula is out there. And Francis. That's the forward line here for OHA. Ajax gets it out. Here's a shorthanded chance here for O'Connor. O'Connor going in. Shot. Top shelf. Scores as the linesman says it's in. And a shorthanded goal makes it 2-0. Top shelf. That's where you keep the peanut butter, and that's where O'Connor put that puck. Top of the goal, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. 2-0 here for the Ajax Raiders. And Brett Loney, not happy with the start, is going to use his timeout. they've looked a little bit flat and a little bit shaky to start there. There was a line change that wasn't very smooth, and it did seem like they were awake. And then, of course, that goal 14 seconds in, so he's had to burn his time out early here, trying to settle the troops. Ajax came out here, and they have really put the pressure here on this under-18 team, and he needed to speak to them. Here they are having the power play, and they give up a shorthanded goal, so not the greatest of starts here for the Ontario Hockey Academy. Now down by 2, but they still are on the power play for another minute and 35. And spinning around here, Shadegay in his own zone, up to O'Hare. That actually hits the stick of Altamore and back down for the meantime. OHA will send 2 wide here. Here's Hebert in the corner. Overskates the puck there. And now it's a loose puck, but it's gathered up there by O'Hare there, trying to center it. Hebert now has to spin around. They're cycling, picked off by Altamore. Sees an opening. Ibrahim, can he split the D and get another shorthanded chance? Ibrahim going in, and a nice defensive one-on-one play. Didn't get much on the shot, but did get some towards the net, and Bordeaux did have to make the easiest of saves that he could probably make. Winterton coming back on the other way, trying to get a chance here. They're getting the better chances than the OHA under-18 so far on this power play. 44 seconds left. They're trying to get it over to Scullion, and that's picked off. Winterton now all by himself. Winterton makes a nice move, goes in, drives, backhander stopped, and he gets a second chance. Not much on the second backhand, and that's also stopped by Bordeaux. Coming up to 7 minutes gone here in the first. There's a wrist shot that's wide of the net. The goaltender, of course, Latchford came out there, made sure that the angle was cut down right outside the blue ice. Parenteau standing up. He's got 12 seconds left to go in his penalty. 7:47 left. Oh, DeLille runs right into a brick wall, and there's pushing and shoving afterwards, and already these guys have a little bit of a bee in their bonnet already. Any little thing so far, and there's been sort of like extracurricular activities, but nothing really nasty, just a little light pushes and shoves at best. 6 seconds left in the Parenteau penalty. 7:44 left. Francis to take the draw here against Brown. Clean win, a blocker save there by Latchford. He had to be ready on that one as Parenteau has left the box. He's going to try to get in behind the D there for the lead pass and a potential breakaway, but he'll go to the bench. And coming on is Carroll to replace him as we pass the halfway point here in the first. Not sure what Brett Loney said, but it seems like his team has sort of responded to what he said. Swinging and miss there for the Academy. There's a shot that doesn't miss wide. It was outside shot there by Nickel. A good chance, but of course they swung down into the slot and missed seconds before that shot from well out. DeLille there, he seems to be okay after receiving that hit as he was trying to go right up the middle, also known as the trolley tracks. Altamore sends it back in. Nickel now will go here to the near side boards. DeLille once again, lead pass goes up the middle, bounces around. Oh, Altamore overskates that, but luckily back there was Meek there. Got it to the blue line. Now it finally comes out and dumped back in from their side of ice. And it will be an icing as Russell probably should have maybe taken maybe 3 or 4 steps and then dumped it in. So now his team won't be able to change. 6:35 left to go here in the first period. 2 goals there by the Raiders. Have them up top here of the Ontario Hockey League and the, of course, major midget portion of the playoff round here of the 37th Monctonian here on Bell 5 TV1. Meek centering up, shot! Oh, no, they're going to wave it off as it hit the goalpost and did not cross the line, but it was a nice setup there. Ajax is celebrating in the meantime, but I think that was a little bit premature. Quickly waved off by the official, so we'll stay at 2-0 as a close scare there for the OHA under-18s. Face off to the left here of Bordeaux. And it'll be the under-18s that will come out with it. O'Hare now puts the brakes on, puts it towards the net, and that's steered aside there by Latchford easily. Coming up to 6 to go here in the first period. 2-0 Ajax, and here they are, another 2-on-1 the other way, but they're getting back quickly to make an odd man rush. There's a shot that's, well, it's going to be outside of the net, but Bordeaux got a little bit of it. Another penalty coming up, and it's going to be a check to the head. Looks like it's going to be O'Hare that's going to go to the gate. Question is, it's going to be a double or just a minor penalty. We'll know here in a second. It's 4. It's a double, so Ontario Hockey Academy under 18s having difficulty getting anything started. Ajax came and scored 14 seconds in the first, then they scored a shorthanded chance just as soon as they start getting their finding their game possibly. Now they're going to have to kill this penalty, which is 4 minutes going to O'Hare. And once again, more post-whistle activity. In the meantime, Bordeaux want to get a stick on somebody there in the Ajax Raiders uniform. As I finish my point, definitely seems like this may be the worst start I think that maybe the OHA under 18s have had here so far in the tourney. Maybe fatigue, maybe kicking in. You don't know. Really, there's not much in terms of injuries here for them. They just have one scratch here in this game this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're watching, as it's sent down the ice. I mean, the thing is that for OHA, they look pretty good there killing that first penalty. Let's see what this second one has in store. Nichols slaps it around, gets it to the far side boards. That's poked away. Could this be a shorthanded chance? Maybe. Nice little move. As Alinkula was trying to get a shorthanded chance there for the OHA under 18s. Alinkula, number 63. He was out there killing the first penalty here earlier in this period. Under 5 to go, 3 left in the penalty to O'Hare. Altamore was calling for the puck, doesn't get it. In the meantime, Bolinoff will send it in. Bordeaux, as I said, good stick handling goaltender. Seems to be the way that some of these goaltenders are. There's a shot from about, we'll say about 45 feet out and stopped there by Bordeaux. And the Raiders not done yet as they get their own rebound and start things off, and they'll keep it to the outside. Altamore fakes the shot. Now he'll go bring it over. Bulinoff now, that's a wrist shot. That hits bodies. Nice block there as getting in the way of that one was DeLille there for the OHA under 18s. 4:13 left to go. Ajax still have pressure down in the OHA zone. That'll send it in behind the net. Altamore tees it up. That hits a stick there. Nice stick there by Scullion there to get a good piece of that puck, but they still can't clear. Here's McLean, wrist shot, and that made him graze the goalpost or get Bordeaux's glove. Like to get a second look at that one, but we won't unfortunately get that, but he might have got a piece of it before it hit that post. I didn't hear anything in terms of iron, so we'll say it's a save for Bordeaux. 1:40 left to go in the O'Hare penalty. Another shot, and they're getting in the way of that one. Beautifully done. I believe that was that was once again Alinkula there for OHA blocking that one. Solid penalty kill we've seen here so far. Of course, for me, this is my first look at the OHA under 18s, but you can sort of see little things that he could do while he's out there killing the penalty. Number 63, Alinkula. Bolinoff now. 1:10 left. They're doing everything, but they're not really getting anything in terms of good, solid scoring chances. And as soon as I say that, a shot from a well out is stopped there by Bordeaux as the crowd gathers in front. I mean, I'm sure that head coach Andre Darlo was probably happy with the way that power play went, but also you got to, tip your cap there to the Ontario Hockey League. They really prevented anything getting close. They kept them to the outside, so I mean that's something that you gotta give them credit for. And of course, with the stop there by Bordeaux, they get some fresh penalty killers out there because they were out there for a long time. Marshall's out there. Is also Solder going there, but Ryan snuffs that out there. There is Ryan there trying to step away from a little bit of people that fell down on the ice there. And here they come. Marshall now, shorthanded chance here. 39 seconds left in the O'Hare penalties. It goes in behind the net. Marshall falls down. Ajax will try to take advantage of it. There's a loose puck going towards center ice here, and a foot race shoulder gets a piece of it. It's flipped high into the air. Marshall once again being a nuisance there. They'll roll that into the Raiders, and that's probably not what the game plan was, but Marshall was just there harassing the Raiders just enough there to make them have to freeze the puck and get a change, have a face-off their own zone, and this may kill the remaining 18 seconds off the penalty if they can win the draw and hold it down there. They'll tie the draw, and they almost get a good shot there by Hubert, and it was a scrambled draw and then shot it towards the net. It was a weak shot, but a shot nonetheless. 6 seconds left. Winterton is going to have to hurry here. He'll go wide, centers it there, out the other side. And another penalty coming up here. And it's going to be going against the Raiders, and it's going to be a tripping penalty, so Winterton going to plead the case there. But it's Ibrahim that will go to the gate. And he's going for a trip, and that just came pretty well a couple seconds after that penalty to O'Hare came to an end, so here's the Ontario Hockey Academy under-18s. Golden chance here to strike before the end of the period. Just 1:53 left to go here in the first. Oh, that was a nice piece of face-off work there. Scrambled draw, but it's enough there. A tied draw, whatever you want to call it. And it gave Ajax a chance to dump it down the ice. And so that's how this power play will start here for OHA under-18. They got a late pass up ahead. They'll try to go right up the middle with it. Was Francis. And just like that, sent right back down. Shadegay trying to spin away. He'll go across ice over to Francis, and Francis will flip it high. So high that it hits the top of the roof here of the Superior Propane Center. So they'll bring it back outside the line. 80 seconds left to go, first period. 1:27 left in the penalty to Daniel Ibrahim, who's off for a trip. They'll bring the face-off back to the OHA's side of ice here. And now they'll regroup here. Shea out there, one of the penalty killers, as well as Brown, Bolinoff, and Schott, the penalty killers here for the Ajax Raiders. Shadegay will try to get things going here to Solder. Solder spins away from a forecheck. Briggs now sets it to the corner on a diagonal shoot in. First in there, Liam O'Hare now, but they'll put it right to the slot and right onto the stick of Schott, and down it goes again. There's Bordeaux. They're trying to generate some offense. They got the lead pass up ahead, but OHA unable to handle it, so allowed the Raiders to send it right down the ice. 33 seconds left to go here in the first period. Spinning away, Shadegay, pass there. O'Hare did a nice piece of work. Driving to the net is Briggs. Can they get the pass to him? No. Bolinoff actually goes down on the play in front of the net, but in the meantime, the Raiders got out to center ice. McLean blew a tire, 14 seconds left, as things start to get a little bit nasty as Bolinoff is going to go to the gate here. It's going to be two-man advantage, and tempers are starting to flare, and there's hatred between this team and Bolinoff. You could be the judge of what type of penalty that is. It's a check to the head. Is it a 2 or 4? I didn't quite see, so doesn't really matter. It's a two-man advantage for all of 20 seconds, just a 2. And you could probably guess that I think that he thought he must have been cheap-shotted or slew-footed because Bolinoff actually fell down in front of the net. And I think that that's the case that Latchford is making there with the officials, is he poked his stick at my feet in front of the net, and then when he had a chance to get some retaliation, he did it right after the whistle with a check to the head. So I think these, the referee and the linesman, they've got their work cut out there and trying to keep these guys under control here. A lot of hate so far, and as I said, it's you've got to think they probably have met in Ontario previously. 5 seconds left as it's kept to the outside. Will they get a shot here before the end of the period? 1 second left. No, Briggs gets the shot, but it's after. And that may get a little bit of attention. Nope, there's got to be cooler heads in Provera, and they'll skate to their benches here after the opening 15 minutes of play. 2-0 the score. Ajax Raiders scoring quickly. 14-second mark, and then a shorthanded goal in that first period. And it seems like that OHA sort of maybe found their game, but it was after they gave up that second goal. And so now they find themselves in a little bit of a hole here. Teams, of course, as I mentioned, will switch ends. We're into the playoff round, so this is what's so great about this format. It's not a best-of-5 series. It's not a best-of-7 series. It's win, you're in, you lose, you go home. It's pretty well the scenario here facing these teams, and it's a one-shot deal. And when you have those O'Hare and the referee having a talk here close to center ice area. So I imagine Andre Darlow pretty happy with his team, and the thing that's so good about his effort, his team's effort, missing 3 out of the lineup here. So, like I said, only 1 scratch here. Diabo there for the under-18s. Perzillo, Ibanda, and of course they had a player that, of course, has left the team there of the Raiders. So, but of course he's on the roster, so he's a scratch. Uescu, number 17, formerly with the team, no longer. So they haven't been able to really, get like in terms of alternate players. So far, we haven't seen a lot of alternate players here in the tournament. Teams going with the regular players there. Kind of helps because you want this to be carried over into the second half of your season. They use the Monktonian sort as a, first half as Abraham will leave the box there. So now it is a 5-on-4 as play here in the second period is back underway. OHA now have a 5-on-4. They'll put it there right on the doorstep and try to poke it. Was O'Hare there for the OHA under-18s. Now they'll go back to Solder. Solder there gets a pass over to O'Hare, but it's picked off by the Raiders, and back they come the center ice area. Their team captain Brown, he'll dump it in, and they'll get some fresh legs out there. Meek, Altamore, as well as Shea and Ibrahim, the penalty killers here for the Ajax Raiders, up by 2. Lead pass up ahead, not for really anybody in particular, but following up there was Briggs there. Can Briggs get it centered? No, 50 seconds left in the penalty to Bulanoff. Under 18s. Oh, nice work there by Solder. It was a little bit too far out of his reach, but he had to put his stick out just in the nick of time to keep it alive there for OHA. Russell, wrist shot that hits bodies out front. Following up. Narshall now. Narshall trying to spin away from shot and does. Narshall, backhander, and Latchford almost did like the Frozen challenge there. Stood there, basically didn't want to move a muscle. Wasn't sure where it was, but he did have it. But Narshall with a nice little move and nice little feet work. Nice stick handling. Got towards the net. Got the backhand. And goaltenders will tell you that backhands are the hardest to deal with. And doesn't matter whether it's a 1 to 10 in terms of the beauty pageant style saves, I guess if you want to call it. It might have been a 2 out of 10, but Latchford had the save, and that's all that matters when it's all said and done. 2:35, well, pardon me, 1:35 gone here in the second period. Still 2-0 for Ajax. The penalty here to Bulanoff for check to the head is over. He's back out there, and he'll get a little piece of the puck there, and it will squibble down to Bordeaux. A bit of a knuckler as we're coming up to the 2-minute mark here of the second period. Still 2-0. Pretty well for the OHA under-18s. They've been, the only time that they were really in this game was about for 14 seconds. At the 14-second mark, Ajax went up 1-0, and once again, post-whistle activities, and you got to figure that the official's got to just take somebody here if this keeps up. He doesn't want to do it. Of course, it's a playoff game, and want the players to determine it, but you also got to try to keep this game in control so that there is no real skirmishes and any post-whistle activities. So that's something I'll love to keep an eye on later on here in this game. O'Connor there sends it there, right up the middle to McLean. He had some difficulty handling. That was Parento, pardon me. And it will be OHA to get it to center ice. Back down into the Ajax zone. They're trying to get a breakout there. Bolinoff had it partially picked off. Now Ajax comes back the other way. They have a 2-on-1. Parento fans on it. Reason that happened is one of the players there from OHA blew a tire, went down, resulted in a 2-on-1, but quickly got up there, and they put that scoring chance to bed there for the Ajax Raiders. Coming up to 3 gone here in the third period, still 2-0. Perez can't knock that down, so Ajax will get possession of it, and they'll go back in their own zone. Lead pass to Ryan. He'll tip it back. Ajax looking pretty good here. Bolinoff there with a burst of speed, goes in, hits his man, and gives Shadegay a bump there behind the boards. Ryan following up, trying to spin away. He's pinned there. Nice work by Nickel there for the OHA. Coming up to 3.5 gone here in the second period. And now OHA would just love to get a goal, get something positive here. And here is Hebert now. Hebert actually blows a tire. It's Perez, pardon me, but the reason why he blew a tire, he was tripped. And that will be the call. 3 minutes and 38 seconds gone here in the second period. And going off is Rampino there for the Ajax Raiders. You have a funny feeling that if the Ajax Raiders stay in penalty trouble, they're going to eventually pay the piper there. Almost dead on that shot there by Solder. Centering there, and it has to be cleared there by Ajax. Back out to center ice and down into the OHA zone. Russell there goes cross ice. Tape-to-tape pass. And now Alinkula there in the corner. Centering there, but nobody there with a red jersey or maroon jersey, whatever color you'd like to call it. Marshall up there kicks it towards the stick, trying to spin away from shot. Can't. Also in there is Alinkula there for OHA. And now he has it. He'll set it over here to the near side. And try to spin away. There's Briggs. Trying to get away from Meek. Took the puck with him on the one-on-one. In the meantime, Alinkula was following up there. Did get a little bit of a weak shot away. One-timer shot there by Russell. You can see that develop. And he didn't miss by much at the top corner. There's another shot. And a stop there and a big hit there. And he is slow to get up. I believe it's Alinkula therefore. And it is. I don't see anything resulting. It was a hit, and he hit the ice very hard and was very slow to get up. But nothing is manufactured in terms of a penalty here. 54 seconds left to go. And as I say, it's the referee is doing his best here to try to make the players determine it, but you keep seeing things like that, and eventually somebody's got to go. Shadegay, right along the ice. For nobody in particular, goes in towards the corner. Here's Cox now. He'll put it in towards the net. That hits bodies up front. Backhanded pass there by Francis, a no look. 30 seconds left to go. Oh, that was almost a dangerous pass. Shea was hoping to get a short-handed chance the other way. We got a penalty coming up in behind the play. It's going to be another check to the head. And this time it's OHA, and it's Francis going off. Race Francis will sit to her. So now it is going to be a 4-on-4 for all of 27 seconds, and with that penalty, it will bring it back down in the OHA zone. 9:49 left to go. Rampino has 27 seconds left in his penalty. So a little bit of open ice here for these teams, so we'll see what can be generated here in the next 20 seconds, and then it will be a power play for the Raiders. Winterton got in behind the D. You saw that, of course, long change here for the teams, and sometimes they like to get in behind the defense there. Altamore now has it. Looks at the clock, 4 seconds left. Rampino is now back on the ice, and it is a 5-on-4 for a minute and a half. DeLille now actually falls down in a penalty-killing roll. Hebert out there as well as Chateauguay and O'Hare for OHA. Coming up to the 6-minute mark here of the second period, sent right back down the ice. And if there's anything positive here for Brett Loney to take away here for the OHA under 18s, the penalty killing has been pretty good. They've bent but not broke, but have done a good enough job to keep the Raiders outside and really not generating anything in terms of scoring chances on the power play so far. Let's see what Winterton has in store here for the Raiders. Did a nice piece of work there as he protected the puck and got a backhander. Weak nonetheless, but nice to get there because he had a defender draped all over him. 35 seconds left here in the penalty to Francis. Out with a burst of speed is Brown, and there's a big hit. You could hear that one. Hockey's hardest hitters, as Ibrahim was the one that got it, not Brown. My apologies, and Ibrahim will go off. Trying to shake that one off. And that's a backhander by Nickel. Not quite getting all of it, but enough just to get the job done. Briggs there tries to bump into Winterton. In the meantime, the official right there. Is it another check to the head? Yes, it is. It's almost getting to the point that if for every time there's a check to the head penalty, you might as well put a nickel in the jar and you probably have enough to go for a nice little cruise. That's been the most favorite penalty here of this game, and it's a two-man advantage now for about all of 6 seconds as Briggs there got the elbow up there on Winterton. So it's a 5-on-3. Francis standing up right now in the box. It's a bit of a scramble draw. It's in a feet of a couple players, but Ajax will get it. Ryan there, fans on the shot, doesn't get it towards the net. Puck still there, penaltied over, and now it is a 5-on-4. Here's McLean. He has shot there along the point. He gets the pass shot is. Another big collision there as a couple of players lose their sticks there along the far side. Halfway point here, the second period, still 2-0. Both goals came in the first period, especially there for Ajax. They got theirs at the 14th second mark as this rolls in on Bordeaux. A minute and 29 left to go in the penalty there to Briggs, who's off for a check to the head. Big kill here for the OHA under 18s. But they're going to start here without possession of the puck as Altamore has it just inside the blue line. They'll go across over to McLean. O'Connor inside. McLean, nice piece of work there. Goes long to get that one to keep it alive there for the Raiders. Altamore gets the return pass. Has it once again. Now they'll go down low into Nash. He swings and misses. OHA under 18 had a chance to clear. Altamore keeping it alive. They'll go to McLean. Not the cleanest of passes. He'll play it off the boards and get it to himself. And now inside there to Ryan. Ryan trying to spit away as Hebert will try to ring it around, but can't get it out there. Was the OHA under 18s. Carroll now takes a bump there from Delille. Centering pass and out the other side. Altamore there, and that's a pad save there by Bordeaux on a shot for about 50 feet out. Altamore slowing it down once again. We'll get it over to Ryan. Nash Ryan now with the puck. That's two Ontario players there, or OHA under 18s there, watching him. McLean trying to spin away from Perez. Perez tries to get the stick on and makes a nice play and gets the puck out. He sacrificed his body for the good of the cause, and this will kill the penalty as Briggs is back into the play, and now he'll get possession of the puck. Right place, right time for Briggs as he takes a bump. DeLille now has it, trying to spin away. Here is Briggs up there. There's a shot, right point blank range, and Cox unable to connect in the meantime. 5:35 left to go. Here's a foot race. Cox going in there for the Raiders. Raiders will win that puck battle. They'll go in behind the net. Taking a light bump there was Parenteau there for the Raiders. Wrist shot from a sharp angle by Shea is stopped by Bordeaux. And once again, more shenanigans here after the whistle. Gorger also giving a push to one of the Raiders there, and we've seen a lot of this so far, and it's got to give the referee credit for being patient here and not just taking somebody here from the scrums. There's been a lot here of post-whistle activities, trying to make the players determine this, but I said before, it's got to come to a time where you're going to have to, finger somebody and maybe try to cut down on some of this after the whistle activity as O'Hare will send it in. The thing we're also seeing is that I think Ajax is a shot there from outside and from Nickel is stopped there by Latchford, and he stops that one as well. But one of the points that I want to make here for the Ajax Raiders, they've had a chance to see Bordeaux handle the puck, and you can see that he is a good puck handling goaltender, and he can generate some offense. So that's the thing that I think Ajax is going to have to keep an eye on, is he may get a lead pass up ahead, and that's one of the things they're going to have to watch out. You can just see that he is a good handling goaltender there, Antoine Bordeaux. So probably even when they try to dump it in, we're going to try to keep it away and probably put it towards the corners and make sure that he can't handle it, because he comes out and plays it, he's going to ring it around, and that may get OHA off to the races. Plays back underway here at the Superior Propane Center. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left to go as it's flipped in by OHA. Meek sets up Parenteau there along the far side, but he can't get it out. Is pinching in with Sam Russell there for OHA. Meek gets the stick there just in the nick of time and gets out of harm's way and out of the slot there for the Raiders. And now it's back out center ice. Briggs there. Got to take a hit from Parenteau, and he got the elbow up again. And the referee is calling another check to the head. I wonder. And I imagine our microphones are hearing a little bit of the reaction. Not too happy. And now he's going to get a misconduct to boot here. And Briggs has been pretty good, so he's got another 10 added on, so that will probably eliminate him for the rest. Not only a check to the head, and it's a 4-minute one, but a 10-minute and a 10-minute misconduct too, so a 4 and a 10. One of those things here for the OHA where it seems that nothing can go their way. But they get a short-handed chance on a sharp angle. That's stopped there by Latchford. Oh, we got 2 for the hit to the head and 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. Thought I might have saw him go to the hips there, the official, but it was unsportsmanlike conduct 2 and a 2. Now we get the explanation for it. Either way, the remainder of this period, providing that Ajax doesn't score here, if Ajax scores, of course, they're going to bring the other one down to 2 minutes, depending on if they get to that mark. But the point I want to make is for the remainder of this period, they'll have this power play to the Raiders as Winterton goes in behind the net. Trying to spin away, goes for a lap. Just like he's on an oval or something here, going for a Sunday afternoon skate. Bolinoff now has it. 3 minutes left. Sit in, O'Connor right there. As they're keeping them to the outside once again. This is what OHA did in the previous, penalty kills. Has really kept them to the outside, not much in terms of chances. And that was an easy save made there by Bordeaux and sent right back down the ice. Altamore, Winterton now slapping it in. And we'll go in after it. And as I said, Bordeaux, good handling puck goaltender, got it up to the hash marks. It actually hit the bodies out front. Shot there trying to get it over to Ryan. And can't. 2:15 left to go. Spinning away is O'Neill from the forechecker there. O'Hare. Ajax looking a little bit disorganized. Ryan will go towards the net, and Altamore back to the point, and now gets the pass there. Actually hits the stick, but stays there. shot now goes cross ice. O'Hare gets a piece of it and then picks the pocket there as he gets the interception, and now we'll go in after as O'Hare doing some good penalty kill. Now a drive towards the net. O'Hare, a good chance, and almost got the goal, and he did some solid work penalty killing, doing both ends. As O'Hare, there's a wrist shot that stopped there once again by Bordeaux. 1:47 left to go in the period, 1:35 left in the Briggs penalty. So they're into that second penalty. Original penalty, of course, was a check to the head, then unsportsmanlike conduct, so this will be the unsportsmanlike conduct portion of the penalty. Here is Meek now. 1:27 left to go, 1:17 left in the penalty. Meek gets a return pass. And they'll keep them to the outside once again is OHA. Cox watching him. There's McLean now. High slot trying to spin away. Gets it towards the net, scores! Ryan with the tip in. 3-0. Yeah, nothing really Bordeaux could do about that. The screen was set up and Nash Ryan with the tip. So, of course, both goals there by Ajax were scored in the first period. No, not much in terms of scoring here so far till now, but that will give them a 3-0 lead. Just 72 seconds left to go here in this second period, so OHA almost came out unscathed. And we talk about how well they were kept to the outside, and of course Ajax decided to say, well, let's just put it on net, and Nash with the tip in. Right along the ice, there's nothing Bordeaux could do. If you keep it low, goaltender can't see it. Under a minute to go here in the second period, 3-0 the score. Raiders having their way with OHA. One of the players there for OHA, Nickel, lost his stick, regains it. In the meantime, Rampino bumps into Francis. Francis dumps it in. Nice little one-on-one there. Rampino doing a good job making sure that the OHA didn't get anything going in terms of offense. There it is, a sharp angle shot. And another penalty coming up, and it's a, well, you guess what it is, folks. Take a guess. If you said check to the head, you are correct. I wish I'd had a prize to give to you, but it's the check to the head contact, whatever you want to call it. 28 seconds left to go here in the second period. This time it's Rampino. That's his second visit to the sin bin. Must like the view from there, and maybe, well, I know we're getting close to the holiday season. Of course, the Spangler Club, they have the greatest seats there for the penalty box. They're airplane seats. Nothing like that here at the Superior Propane Center, but Rampino going to the box for two or less there for a check to the head, and Latchford squeezed every part of his body there, making sure that that didn't go through. 12.4 seconds left to go, and 1:45 left in the penalty to Rampino. 3-0. One goal so far in this period, and it belongs to Ryan there on a tip-in with 1:12 left to go in the period. 3-0 is where we stand. 2-0 after the opening 15. 4 seconds left here. OHA running out of time to get a shot before the period ends. They're kept to the outside, and the officials and linesmen jump in quickly here, making sure that nothing in terms of shenanigans happen here. So teams will skate off to their dressing rooms, and what a good game it's been here for the Raiders. They're about 20 minutes away from getting themselves into some finals dances. Of course, you know, right now is the playoff round. They'll get into some semis. So they're looking that close to, advancing. And for OHA, they've got some work to do. They're down by 3, and they'll have a little bit of an intermission here to regroup and, talk things out and come out. They'll have about 1:32 to carry over into the third period here on the power play. So we're going to take a break, step aside here from the Monktonian here at the Superior Propane Center. You're watching Bell 5 TV1's coverage of the 37th Monktonian. Welcome back to the Superior Propane Center in Moncton, New Brunswick. Third period action just getting underway between the OHA under-18s and the Ajax Raiders. My name is Dan Hobson. Glad you could tune in wherever you're watching here at Bell 5 TV 1. And when we get a chance, we'll get a scoring summary here for you in our first break here as we are back underway. 3-0 the score, the Raiders leading. They got goals started here pretty early in this one. As I said, when we get a break, we'll go over the scoring recap here for you. And in the meantime, a power play here for the OHA is still in the box, having about 54 seconds left in his penalty is Rampino for a check to the head. And that's been one of the stories here. It must be about 5 or 6 check to the head penalties here in this game so far. And so far, no team has actually, had to pay the price there for going to the box. Nothing in terms of power play goals yet so far in this one. 1 minute gone here in the third period. 20 minutes here this period. Of course, 15 for the first and the second. Fresh ice, and the Raiders, my apologies, send it down the ice. And a penalty coming up. This is a slash, and this will end this power play. 23 seconds left, and composure getting to be an issue here for OHA. In the meantime, the official hearing it there from the player that slashed, which was O'Hare, and he's like wondering what he did. So now we're forced side here for all of 23 seconds. 18:48 left to go here in the third period, and it just seems like OHA can't get really anything started. They've had a lot of trips to the penalty box. It hasn't been the cleanest of games for sure, as I mentioned. And 5 or 6 check to the heads. And one of the training staff was actually on the ice here for the Raiders, making a quick step onto the ice, and then. So I'm not sure what this is or how long it is delayed. Actually, it's one of the linesmen there having an equipment problem, so he's getting that fixed. So we'll have a little bit of delay. As promised, our scoring summary here. Raiders started things and got things going before the 14-minute mark, before some people even in the building can get settled here to watch the game. 14 seconds. The goal by Jacob Winterton made it 1-0. At the 14-second mark, and the players are going to go to the bench. It's going to be a long delay here, possibly. And later on the period, at the 5:41 mark, scoring was Luke O'Connor, and he made it 2-0, and that was after the opening 15 minutes of play. And then in the dying stages of the second period, a nice shot there from the point, deflection there by Nash Ryan, right along the ice, squeaked through Bordeaux, and it came at the 13:48 mark of the second period. So that is your scoring summary here at the Superior Propane Center. 3-0, the Ajax Raiders over the OHA under-18 team. And of course, berths in the semis up for grabs here. Playoff round is where we're at right now, and pretty well, it's a one-and-done format. If you win, you're moving on. If you lose, you're going home. And, of course, we'll have the semis and the finals here tomorrow. Here, Jordan Ells will have that call here on Bell 5 TV 1 as we wrap up our final day of the Monktonian tomorrow. And you can just go to tv1.bellline.ca/live events, and you'll find the page and be able to watch the finals and the semis tomorrow here on Bell 5 TV 1, the leader sports webcasting Atlantic Canada. In the meantime, Rampino is out of the box. So it's a power play here for Ajax. Shot by Winterton, looking for a second, and that's stopped there by Bordeaux. Burst of speed and fresh ice off to the races. But Bordeaux coming up with a big stop to keep it a 3-goal hockey game for the meantime. Nice little save there. And you also like that Winterton actually probably, shielded the puck from his body, protecting the puck in the process, making sure that they couldn't do like a poke check or anything to get it off a stick. Here is Meek now. He'll go across ice. Right there's a shot there. Ibrahim tried to shoot it, but he fanned on it, but he'll spin it back to Meek. Shot with the shot. It's in the blue ice. There it is. A couple of whacks. Oh, good close chance there for the Raiders. Right there. And they almost made it 4-0. In the meantime, Scullion killing some precious seconds here. 57 seconds left in the penalty to O'Hare. Dumped back in by the Raiders. Oh, misplayed by Bordeaux. Centering there, but clearing it is Gorger there for OHA. Big gaping net, no white jerseys. Equals relief for the meantime. The Rolaids relief moment there for the OHA under 18s. Plays back underway, continuing on. Ibrahim goes cross ice, and that had a lot of mustard on it, and now they'll have to go back in their own zone there, the Raiders. 23 seconds left to go. Long lead pass up ahead. Winterton there, cross ice. Brown's wrist shot. That actually hits the stick of Solder. Solder was spinning around, doing a nice little spinneroonie, looking for it. In the meantime, 7 seconds left. Set down the ice. Briggs still went too far out of his reach. Maybe looking for a short-handed opportunity. O'Hare's out of the box. In the blue ice and trying to cover up, there was Latchford. And that was a close call as the under-18 OHA team almost had their first goal of the game. It was right there in the blue ice. 3 minutes and 30 seconds gone here in the third period. The under-18 OHA down by 3, but they're pressing here. And here is O'Hare there in behind the net trying to spin away. Gets it up to his teammate, Francis. There's a shot for the point. That's wide of the net. And it's kept in there by Russell. Sent towards the corner. Rampino hops over his stick. Chance here for Narshall. Narshall shot it wide of the net. 4 minutes gone here, and with a burst of speed, Carroll now. Carroll spins away. Oh, runs into a maroon wall as a couple of OHA players were right there. Rampino hits the skates there of Cox and goes towards the corner. And now OHA will be on the attack, but they have their pocket picked, and Ajax now has possession of it. They go up the middle there for Campbell. Campbell takes a little bump there from Narshall. Shot wide of the net. OHA making changes, and because they were making changes, that wide shot with the power that had it came right back in their own zone. Aided, of course, by those lively boards and the fact that they were making the change. Goes cross ice. Meek there. Can he keep it in? He couldn't handle the pass, but he just keeps it onside there for Ajax. And now a second chance and can't. Sent down the ice. It's got enough mustard to cross the icing line. No, the official says you could have played it. Or the linesman, pardon me, says you could have played it. So play continues on. Past the 5-minute mark here. Third period. Still 3-0. OHA looking pretty good to score here. Oh, hell of a shot. And glove saved momentarily there by Latchford. A second chance. Right there on the doorstep was Carroll, and he is stopped by Latchford. Latchford lucky that it's still 3-0, especially after that first shot. You know that second chance opportunity was because he didn't get a chance to get it clean the first time. And they have dropped the puck unfairly, so now Scullion will go in the face-off circle. Actually, he'll be kicked out. And going in here for the under-18s is O'Hare. 14 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third period. Shea now goes cross ice. And they try to set up Shea, and Bordeaux gave a little bit of a poke to Shea. Shea lost his stick. He'll go in after it. In the meantime, centering pass there right on the doorstep. Parenteau. Shea now centers for the blue ice, and right there was O'Hare there for OHA under 18, getting a lead pass there, trying to break Perez. Perez there all by himself, looking for help. It finally comes. Centering pass, that's picked off by the Raiders, and now they'll break 3 wide on the attack, into the attacking zone. Nice little move there by Ryan. Of course, he's got one of the 3 goals there for the Raiders. There's a shot that's blocked. Rampino follows up, bounces it, puts it towards the net. It's a loose puck, and that's swatted out of the way by Gorger there for OHA and back down into the Raiders zone. Altamore has a burst of speed, trying to cut towards the middle and try to split the D. 13:37 left to go. Spinning away is Narshall. Wild pass. Not sure if he was trying to get it to somebody. Here's a chance there. Perez right on the doorstep, scores! Narshall, pardon me. Nice little handles. Back, forth, and how's she going? And in the back of the net, 3-1. That is just what OHA needed. They needed one kind of early. It might have came a little bit later than what they needed, but they did score the next one. If it was scored there by the Raiders, that probably would have been lights out. The party's over, but now 2-goal game. And they've been pressing and they've been looking a little bit better here in the third period. That puck goes down the ice. Brought back here on the icing. Narshall with the goal. At 6:34 here of the third period. And if you just tuned in, of course, it was 2-0 after 15 minutes of period. After 15 minutes, and after 2 periods, it was 3-0. So now 3-1, and OHA back on the attack once again. And back down it goes. This has enough for icing, and it just crosses the line for icing. And what that means here at the Monctonian is now the Ajax Raiders can't change. So it's really important here to get a clean face-off win and send it down the ice. But it will be Ajax here that will try to. They need that change badly, and they not going to be able to get it as the OHA team have a little extra step here. Here's Hebert now. He'll go back to the point. There's a shot. Oh, that didn't miss by much, and nice work there by DeLille. DeLille following up here. He's down on the play. There he is. Get back up. Would have been like to been on the doorstep as the Raiders are coming back the other way. Here's Carroll now, and a nice defensive play made there by Justin Cox. Cox getting there at the end of a shift. He's signaling for a change. Actually, he's going to steer away, but in the meantime, the puck will be dumped in by the Raiders. They'll get their change. Cox will stay on for the meantime, but it looked like he was signaling for a change. Let's see if the OHA can get that change that they want. This line's been out there for a bit. Cox will go, so partial change for them. Coming up to 8 minutes gone here in the third period. 3-1 now. Bulanoff will send it in. Bordeaux has it cleanly there for the under-18 OHA team. And now Nickel. Pass up to Hebert. Hebert bumped there as Ryan was up there making a pass to himself there for the Raiders. Bulanoff with a shot. That's wide of the net. I'm not sure if they've really caught on to the lively boards here, but they may be using that to try to muster offensive chances, shoot it wide on purpose, and try to get some scoring chances. There's a shot that's wide of the net. And now, ooh, there's a big hit there. And a clean hit is lowering the boom there. Looks like Scullion just has a bee in his bonnet and is trying to get anybody he can, hit anybody in a white jersey. 2 hits and then a scramble there in front of the net. Players look like bowling pins at a bowling alley here, as or you could also even say maybe even a demolition derby, as the players were just crashing into these like cars at the exhibition. It looks like we're going to have penalties here. Are they going to take one from each side, or are they just going to pick one? And it looks like this is what I was kind of, talking about earlier, that in an effort to try to, put this extracurricular whistle activities and get this game under a little bit of control, he'll take one, but it looks like, and Ryan now pointing the finger at Perez, so they are going, of course, have coincidental minors here, I believe. Ryan pointing at Perez when he was going to the box. Yeah, you could hear them chirping back and forth between each other. And now the door's going to be open. Another penalty going up. There's going to be an extra 2 going on the board here for the under 18 OHA. The scorekeepers here open the door. That's to get the indication here. So Quintessential Miners here for Perez and Ryan. And of course, Perez will get the other 2. So just as soon as OHA looked like they got things going, they got the goal, had a little bit of momentum. Back to the box they go. And another power play here for the Raiders. Winterton now. Looks like he got his hand right around the collar there of the player, undetected there by the official right there in the corner. Baltimore will send it over. Here's shot now. That hits a body and goes over the glass and out of play. Minute 37 left in the Perez penalty. Quetzalcoatl Miners for roughing in the extra 2 to Perez. I have a funny feeling that this is the biggest kill here for OHA in their, of course, playoff round here of the Monctonian, and Bolinoff with a bullet, and that's stopped by Bordeaux. 50 feet out, and he let it go, and Bordeaux shut the door. Now minute 33 left in the Perez penalty. Tied face-off. Gorger tried to clear, couldn't. They'll have to get a second effort there for OHA to get it down the ice. And in the meantime, Ajax will keep it on the outside. Altamore goes over to shot. Here's Altamore again. Tees it up and a toe save. And I don't know how Bordeaux saw that one. And the net is off its moorings. A nice little cross-ice pass. And a good chance. It's actually Bolinoff, the other point man here, not shot. My apologies there. So Bolinoff there and Altamore on the point. Winterton, who's got a goal, and Brown and Ibrahim, the power play unit here for the Raiders. This one's a clean face-off win here by OHA. Still unable to clear and get out of their own zone and get maybe some fresh penalty killers out there. As they go tape to tape along the blue line. Here's Altamore now. They'll put it inside there to Winterton. And it will be sent right back down the ice as we come up to the halfway point. 47 seconds left in the Perez penalty. And there's some fresh penalty killers out here for OHA, including them there is Ray's Francis up there being a nuisance. And Bolinoff's going to be called for interference, and that was all done by the work of Francis. And Francis say, well, he hit me afterwards. Shouldn't there be an extra assessed to that? Francis skating away, and a little bit of a wave and mocking and taunting the Raiders as he was making his way to the bench. A lot of nasty here in this game between these guys. You can kind of really expect in terms of playoffs, but you got to think that they've probably met in sort of season play. So now things are going to be for a side for the next 28 seconds. Perez has that much time left in his penalty. And Bolinoff there with the interference penalty, but it was all caused by the great work there by Francis there. Penalty killing here. O'Hare now against Schott, pardon me. O'Hare try to spin away. Schott doing great work, and then McLean will pick his pocket. 7 seconds left to Perez penalty. Harville serving that penalty for him. As in the meantime, Ryan and Perez are still going to sit for their Quetzalcoatl Miners as Harville's out of the box serving the Perez extra 2. So now it is a 5-on-4 for all of 1:17. And Ajax has it. 9 to go here in the period. And now it's picked off. They pretty well took it right out of his, right off his stick there. Was OHA, and it's sent down the ice. 1 minute left to go. And we talked about Bordeaux and his good stick handling there. He helped get that to the sideboards and maybe try to get things organized as Briggs faked going in behind the net. And now he'll turn on the Jets. Briggs over a burst of speed, has a beer with a drop pass, and nobody there, and sent right back down. This will allow Chateauguay now will go in behind his net. Looks up at the clock, 8:25 left to go, 35 seconds left in the penalty to Bolinoff. Late pass, sent in. Marshall, he's got the goal there for OHA, but they were a little bit eager as he was ahead of play offside. They'll bring it back outside the line. 8:15 left to go in the period. And Bolinoff has 26 seconds left in the penalty. Ryan, as you see, is going to make his way to the bench there after serving his coincidental minor. So here, basically, all of a sudden now for OHA, you're going to have to probably think offense and, basically rely on your goaltender to bail you out. This juncture of the game, 8 left to go. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Bolinoff. Along the far side boards, a puck battle won there by the Raiders. But OHA will get a shot, and it was a low right along the ice, and covering up was Latchford. And one of the OHA players, I believe it is DeLille in behind the net. He was slow to get up. 7 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the period. 2 seconds left in the penalty to Bolinoff. And penalty to Bolinoff, over. And the Raiders still have their 2-goal lead. Bolinoff, wrist shot, blocker save right into the netting. And stops play. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. So you have a funny feeling that if we're going to get a goal in this game, if we're going to get a goal here, for what's left in this game is what I meant to say, pardon me, could be crucial in the way of determining the decision of how this one goes. If it's a goal here by OHA, it'd be 3-2, and all of a sudden, waving for a dandy of a finish, and if it ends up going that the Raiders score it, be 4-1, and that will pretty well, put the final touches on this one. Winterton, and once again, called on the offside. Winterton has one of the 3 Ajax goals. Of course, Ryan the other one, and O'Connor, the goal scorers. And Marshall, the goal scorer for OHA, pardon me. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. That's flipped high. Here's Meek. Meeks makes a nice move and a blocker save on the shot there by Meek as Bordeaux steers it aside. 7 to go. And you can see that maybe the Raiders have definitely got some pressure here and trying to keep OHA pinned in their own zone there and trying to kill seconds off the clock. May not be really trying to generate strong offensive chances, but at least try to get the forecheck to make it so it's difficult and prevent them getting an attack going, as this will roll right to Latchford. He'll play it. Lead pass up ahead, and it was in traffic. 6.5 left. In the meantime, OHA will send 3 on this attack, and that is stopped there. As getting a good chance to score there was Alinkula. I have a difficulty trying to get that. It's a tough name to pronounce. Alinkula. And he's back out there again, along with O'Hare, and they drive towards the net. And that was a close chance. And on the doorstep, Alinkula there for OHA. Parenteau now. Can they put the final nail in the coffin on this one? Not on this time. And now it's a 2-on-1, possibly. Drive towards net is Boulder. Backhander, and that stopped. Solder there on the 2-on-1. And now they're going end to end here at the Superior Propane Center. Altamore, but he's hacked there. He gets a slash and a penalty coming up. 5:56 left. Now the parade to the penalty box here for OHA continues. And Harville goes off for the slash. That's been a little bit of a difficult thing here and a hill to climb here for OHA. Too many trips here to the penalty box. They get momentum. They're in the game. Then they take a penalty. And then they spent, pretty well a good percentage of this game on the PK. Short-handed chance there. There's a sharp angle shot there by Briggs is stopped. Right along a post there was Latchford there for Ajax. It's in the blue ice, dangerously close to the goal line. And even some of the Raiders there got there to try to protect it and make sure that didn't squeeze through. And, of course, one of the players that is warming up for one of the other games will have the, looks like it's going to be the Moncton Flyers. They actually turned the goal light on, but, of course, there's no goal judges here in this. It's solely upon the linesman and the referee to be the goal judges themselves. So, and a clean win off the faceoff and a shot that didn't miss by much. 5:27 left to go. Third period, 3-1. The Raiders over the OHA under 18s. Briggs now has to spin away from a forecheck, and he spins away again. One too many moves and put it right onto the stick of Winterton. Is going back the other way. Ibrahim was offside. Close call there. 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the third. 1:12 left in the Harville slashing penalty. And a little bit of a tie draw, but the Raiders that will come up with it. And sending in is Winterton on the shoot in. Here it is in the corner there. 4:54 left to go. And they're trying to freeze it along the boards and kill some seconds here. Is OHA, but they can't keep it for long as Meek has it. Here's Winterton. Winterton with a shot. Blocker save. Big rebound there momentarily. Cleared out of harm's way. But just for the time being, as Ibrahim has along the hash mark. 4:35 left to go. 38 seconds left in the penalty. Meek once again to Brown. Brown will actually, he'll leave it for Ibrahim, and now he'll go towards the net and try to get a screen. There's a wrist shot by Meek. Hits those lively boards. Slapped down there by Nickel, and it just gets outside the line, and Francis lowers the boom there on the Raider player. But they'll get the puck back into the OHA zone. 12 seconds left to go. Brown there spinning around. One final chance here on the power play, and that's going to be stuffed out as Meek was unable to handle the pass. Brown will have to go back into his own zone, tries to set up Ibrahim. Here's Brown along with Winterton. Brown trying to sprint around. Penalty to Harville's over, so now OHA is even straight with 3:49 left to go. Once again, OHA trying to pin them along the boards there, maybe try to get it frozen there for a whistle and a change. Tired unit here. Rampino, that actually hits bodies out front. There's a foot race once again. Shadagay trying to get there first for OHA and does, but the Raiders have the puck. Nice little idea there by Ibrahim as he was trying to do the fake wraparound, go in, go for a skate, and then try to put it out front. And in the meantime, OHA, time running down, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Harville's on the ice, and that is stopped there by Latchford, and Harville finally gets a chance to get up and get to the bench there for a change. I was following the play, so I didn't get a chance to see it, and the linesman and the referee are getting together, and sometimes when this happens, maybe they were saying, well, what did you see? Because I was following the play and the shot. I looked around and I saw that Harville was down. And they're still having a meeting here. And it looks like nothing will be called, so we'll stay 5 aside here. Real long meeting. 3:15 left to go here in the third period. 3-1, there's a shot, and I might have hit the shaft of goaltender Latchford. OHA, they're getting closer here to making this a 3-2 hockey game. And now it's a 3-on-1, and this is what you got to be careful of. Here could be the game right here. McLean, tic-tac-toe, scores! Carroll! And that's what you got to do when you try to get offense and get yourself back into the game. You're going to be giving up those odd man rushes, and that's the case there. 3-on-1 the other way, tic-tac-toe. And Carroll with the goal, 4-1, and that will probably put the icing on the cake for this one. OHA while they haven't really, paid the piper in terms of the being on the penalty kill for a good portion of this game, hasn't given up any, power play goals, but it really hurts. And that's an offside as McLean was in ahead of the play. But it really hurts because all of a sudden you can't get much going in terms of offense because you have your, penalty killers out there. It really takes your offensive stars out of there as well. There's some hockey programs, depending on what you are, and I'm not going to really say anything because, well, don't really get a chance to watch the OHA because it's out of another province. That could be the case where your offensive stars don't get a lot of chance there killing penalties, and you basically take them right out of the game when you go to the box as many times as OHA has. And the same can be said for Ajax. It's been a feisty one and lots of penalties. Kind of hope for a clean finish here in this one. 3-goal lead here for the Ajax Raiders. They're 2-17 away from advancing to semis here. And a chance to play tomorrow. McLean knocks that down with his hand. 2 to go. Still has the puck there for the Raiders. Now back to Bolinoff. Bolinoff will send it in the corner. Bolinoff will get the return. There's a shot and a deflection. And Bordeaux, what concentration he had there off the stick, and then makes the save. Carroll and Bolinoff have a little bit of a passing partner as they went back and forth to each other, and then the shot from well out and the deflection and the save there by Bordeaux. Can't really fault him for the 4 goals. Especially that last one, he never stood a chance. The deflection there by Ryan there didn't stand a chance. In the meantime, a couple of players right on top of each other, and this is what you're concerned of is the finish here. Ryan, I'm not sure what he's done to OHA to get them so upset, but he's sort of had a target on his jersey here all game here for OHA. And if he's getting under the skin, just like Brad Marchand, then he's doing his job. Harville going off. I'm not sure if it's because of an injury or if he's sent off. In the meantime, he'll go to the dressing room. And looks like his Monktonian will be done here. With 1:51 left. And I think Ryan must have got the gate too, as he's now. So they'll get the first choice of the soap and the shampoo and the towels here as Ryan and Harville are finished here. Ryan wants to watch the rest of this one materialize, maybe come out with the team to celebrate, but he's not making his way to the dressing room, so probably 10-minute misconducts for them as referee is going to try to get a little handle on things so things don't turn ugly here in the dying stages of this one. In the meantime, a penalty coming up, and it's going against the Raiders, and it's an interference penalty here against Altamore. And he pretty well knew it as he was going to the box, and he didn't even have to get the escort there from the linesman. 86 seconds left to go, and now Ryan has gone to the dressing room area, so he pretty well knows that this one is pretty well in the books here for his Raiders. In the meantime, OHA will try to finish strong here on the power play with 1:14 left to go here in the period, and the Raiders can send the puck down the ice without worry about an icing. Solder now, cross ice, one-timer, and that's stopped. And stepping into that one there was Russell there for OHA. Less than a minute to go here in the third period. Raiders going to get ready to start to celebrate, but thing is, they can't really celebrate too much. It's a quick turnaround. They've got semi-action tomorrow here at the Monktonian. As we are winding down the teams, 40 teams have come here with the quest looking to win the championship in Major Banner and Major Midget, and we're getting down to the small numbers of that. 30 seconds left to go, and now they're getting themselves already down to the semis, as we say. They've got the Moncton Flyers, a home team, so this place is going to be a little bit crowded later on. 17 seconds left to go. Here's Russell. Russell and Briggs there. Briggs makes a nice move. It has to dive to keep it alive. Here's a 2-on-1. Abraham and Brown Ibrahim looking at the clock, 7 seconds left, fires a shot, save. Brown goes in towards the net and knocks it off its moorings here. There's actually Bordeaux that knocked it off thanks to the collision from Brown. 3 seconds left to go. .36 seconds left in the penalty, so that's elementary right now. Definitely a dandy of a finish. Of course, these Raiders, they pretty well had control of this one pretty well from start to finish. 14 seconds in, they got that first goal. And they'll go on to an easy 4-1 victory. It was a pretty good and entertaining game. OHA was just unable really to recover from a little bit of a slow start. They looked a little bit, tired, but just not really sharp from the start, and the Raiders made them pay for it. 4-1 is the final. So we're going to get ready here for our second of 3 here on sheet number A, or sheet letter A, number A. Getting ready for, of course, the action, and of course, it's nice to see the team's handshake here because there was a lot of, I wouldn't say maybe nasty, but there was a lot of hostility, a little bit of more hate than what you're, maybe accustomed to when you see teams play. So handshakes at